All right, we will go on the record in the matter 25 CM 120 state and 26 CM 15 state of Wisconsin versus Evan Harmon. The state appears through District Attorney Kevin Schmidt in person. Mr. Harmon appears in person with counsel Eugene Harrington. We're set today in this matter for a status conference. Mr. Harrington, please update the court, but I believe you're very new on the case.
As of Thursday or Friday last week. I've chatted with Mr. Harmon last night. I think he needs an initial appearance in 26 CM 15, but I'm not sure about that. With respect to that file, I've reviewed on the phone with him what he's charged with, maximum penalties, a summary of the facts, waived reading, not guilty plea is entered as to that. It's a status conference today then, and the rest of this stuff. I think we can resolve this relatively quickly. I just need to look at a little bit of the discovery and then talk to Mr. Schmidt's office and probably get it resolved relatively quickly.
I don't know what an offer would be to include the new case. I'm not sure if we were waiting, if we needed victims' rights compliance, but there was an offer for the initial matter.
It was due Dave Hatch's program for DC for costs. On the crim damage, our last contact with the victim was yesterday. They're putting together whatever the restitution number is, and I need that to bring it in.
Okay, so have you done the program yet? Because before the 26 case, he was going to do the Dave Hatch program, and then that was going to be a disorderly conduct with costs. But I don't know, as you heard Mr. Schmidt, he is waiting on any restitution.
I don't know anything about this, Judge.
Okay.
So the classes I was supposed to have with Mr. Hatch, not gonna lie, I did sort of procrastinate, but I do have them scheduled. My first one, yeah, it's my first one, is March 5th.
That's great.
So I did get them scheduled.
That's great. You are on the
Okay.
right path. Okay, so what we're going to need to wait for, Mr. Harmon, is the state has to wait to contact the victim to see how much money and damages they're
Yeah.
claiming.
Right.
And then another offer, a global offer is going to be presented. If it's different, it may be different, it may not be different, all depending on probably that restitution. So let's get another date and time. Did the victim alleged victim give any indication on when they're going to be able to get figures?
As soon as possible.
They said yesterday they'd get right on it.
Right on that, okay. New case, but we have the old case.
Good stuff for you.
Can you do, and I'm fine with Zoom, but I know you don't really do Zoom often, Mr. Harrington, March 23rd at 9:45. Because that gives a month for the restitution figures to come, and then it gives a month for Mr. Harmon to complete the program.
What time?
9:45,
I missed what day you said.
March 23rd.
I'd rather do in the afternoon.
I'm very booked, but for you, I will look to see if I can double book or triple book.
I've got final hearing in the state versus Johnson at 1:15. I plan to be here for that.
I already double booked my 1:15.
Yeah.
So let me look at my one. My staff loves me. But we get through it. We do.
You have great staff, Judge.
I have amazing staff. They are amazing. And I can't say that enough. If you can wait until 1:30,
1:30 works.
I could
That work for you?
double book 1:30. But I don't believe my 1:30 will take a half an hour, and it's scheduled for a half an hour. So we will do your case first. All right, so March 23rd at 1:30. All right, we will see you then.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. We are adjourned.
Or off the record, I
Okay, before we begin, Mr. Halverson, I do need to address, you have a commitment warrant out there for failing to pay fines and fees and things. So I'm willing to address that and work that with you right now to figure stuff out. I do understand that you're going through some things, but it's for a significant amount of $4,000, and I'm not taking you into custody today. I just needed to address that with you. So before we call the case, if you, Ms. Hanu, need to speak with him, Mr. Schmidt, about something, you sure may do that.
I was just giving them an update about the status.
Okay, so
I didn't hear what you said.
what's your situation? Are you working right now?
No, I'm disabled.
That's what I thought. I thought I remembered that you're disabled. And how much do you get in disability?
Pay about $1,000 a month.
1,000 a month. And do you pay rent?
Yes, ma'am.
How much?
I pay $450 a month.
450?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also got a phone.
And other normal expenses and those things?
Yeah,
Do you have any food share or health? You should have health, but
yeah,
you get some kind of food share? I don't
Yeah.
need the exact amount or anything. Does
Yeah.
anyone else live with you?
yeah. My dad and stepmom.
Do they contribute? I mean, do you pay them rent and things?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'm willing to, I have to get to your case. I'm willing to, quite honestly, even knock as much off as I can, because I know your financial situation. But I'm gonna need you to do some community service and things. Are you able to do that? Like go to a church? And
Yeah, right now, just getting out of bed hurts.
what's going on with you?
I've got a bad back, and I was all lined up to have major back surgery in August. But the end of May, I ended up having a heart attack.
Hmm.
So then I went in on middle of July for an angiogram, and they said, well, no, you're talking to a cardiac surgeon. You gotta have a triple bypass. And, and that's when I got home from the hospital, and that's when this incident occurred.
Okay.
And then now I've got after my heart attack settled, I had to have vascular surgery. So they cut me like 7 inches through my groin
Mhm.
for that leg. And it's still numb. It's like a nerves because my back, my spine is all compressed. So it's pinching off nerve, and it's been like that since.
So when's your next like doctor appointment?
Well, I just got through with this going through physical therapy to be scheduled for my back surgery. So now I'm waiting to hear from the back surgeon. So now, since my heart attack, I have to jump through all the hoops again to go through physical therapy, go do this MRI, go do, in the meantime, it just gets worse and worse.
And I understand that, and I get it. Obviously, you have to be able to go some places sometime. You're here in court, which I appreciate. And so I don't know if, other than going to the doctor, if you're able to go to church, because there are things that you can even do sitting at church that
Not
are
for, I can't sit for too long.
stand and to
No,
help anything.
no, that's why I can't wait to get this back surgery. Then I'll be all good to do what I got to do.
Any idea of when you're gonna get that?
No,
done?
I'm hoping soon, very soon.
Okay. And because honestly, like, I don't know, I know that you're looking at, we'll get on the record with all this, but I know you're looking at collateral attacks and those types of things.
I was unable to find one, Your Honor. but
Okay, so then that gives me to either we're going to trial or the matter's gonna resolve. And if the matter's gonna resolve, I'm gonna guess Ms. Hanu is gonna argue for the court to consider allowing you to serve at house arrest on electronic monitor. And you're gonna need to have funds to be able to prepay that.
Wow.
Okay,
Mhm.
so those are all things you need to talk with Ms. Hanu about. But again, and you'll talk to her about your defense strategy or anything that if you have defenses, you don't, if you should go to trial, if you shouldn't, if you wish to accept an offer. But again, the court is open in a lot of cases, not a lot of cases, in some cases, if they argue effectively, and she's a good, strong attorney, that she'll argue to allow you to be house arrest on monitor, and it's 24/7 blood alcohol. It does it through sweat, and you can't cut it off. It's GPS,
Yeah.
all of those things, but it has to be prepaid, okay, at 30 days in advance at a time. So-
And then how long would I be on it to pay for that?
Well, that again goes into the negotiation. And I don't know, if he's looking at IDIP or not IDIP.
If we want to go on the record, I have
Okay.
some good news on that front, Your Honor.
Well, excellent. And so honestly, you'll have to talk to Ms. Hanu, but it could be 75 to 100 days, something, I don't know where 200 or 135. It all depends. And we'll go on the record and she'll be able to explain a whole lot more to you, but then you'll be able to calculate what you need to do to save this much, this chunk, and then this chunk,
Yeah.
and all of those things, or to determine if you want to go to trial. Okay. All right. But with the other stuff, and then I'm going to get an update, and I need to know your back surgery because I am willing, like I said, to work with you because $4,095, that's a lot of money, plus additional, if you are convicted or have a conviction with this new matter, that adds more thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm willing to work, but you have to do some community service, okay? And there's a whole many slew of options that you can do. It doesn't have to be at a church. It can be, you can even come here. You can even, fill, Department of Health and Human Services bags and packets to give to people, those kinds of things. So it's not, but it's giving back. So again, things to consider and to think about. I just wanted you to be aware of that because quite honestly, at the last hearing, you had the warrant too, and you could have been taken into custody. And so I wanted to make sure to address this, and I'll quash that warrant. So I don't know if you can quash it, but it's 22 CF 232. Excellent. So I'll quash the warrant. And then it'll still be on our radar because we do need to address that. And I do need to make sure that payments are coming in and that if you want to do some working with the community to try and knock that down. Okay. All right. Lots of things to think about, but talk with Ms. Hanu, okay? We will go on the record in the matter 25 CF 129, State of Wisconsin versus Steven Halverson. The state appears through District Attorney Kevin Schmidt in person. Mr. Halverson appears in person with counsel Emma Hanu. We're set today for a status conference. The court also off the record had an in-depth conversation with Mr. Halverson about 22 CF 232 and his commitment warrant, an outstanding $4,095.50 in fines, fees, all of that that is owed for past cases, and they're stemming way back from 2011 and 14 and 22. So there are a lot of things that we need to address, Mr. Halverson. We went over a few options and other information for you to speak to Ms. Hanu about, and you're going to be having back surgery. I'm going to be getting information about that. Ms. Hanu, what would you like the court to be aware of?
Thank you, Your Honor. At our last status conference, we were talking about Mr. Halverson's ability to participate in IDIP. We were able, through the State Public Defender Agency, to secure the funding to allow him to schedule the initial assessment. That would,
What?
yes.
Like, I didn't know that was a possibility.
I didn't either until I begged, Your Honor. But the begging worked. Mr. Halverson,
For transcripts, but they can pay for services.
and that's what I'm saying, Your Honor.
Pay for transcripts.
Well, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. However, Your Honor, we have confirmation that as of 8 a.m. this morning, we were able to pay for that assessment. Mr. Halverson, I believe it's March 13th.
Yep.
March 13th, Mr. Halverson will have the initial assessment to start participating in IDIP.
For one, that's very positive for you and perhaps other defendants who are in a situation like you. That's positive. So that's what the AODA. What about, there's an IDIP fee? Is that something, is he looking at doing that?
As soon as he gets the assessment, the way Ms. Anderson has put it to me is he needs the assessment first to sort of see what it actually is. So it's sort of the piecemeal, Your Honor.
That's excellent. Okay, so that's a positive thing, Mr. Halverson. So that is good. But again, you hear and you've heard all of the other things that we've talked about. So let's get this scheduled. And I forget, when did you say it's scheduled for?
March
13th.
13th.
Okay, so March 13th.
At 9 o'clock with Megan.
That is excellent. Okay, so March 13th. So then he's going to be doing that. It'll be getting to Miss Anderson. We'll be seeing where we're going to go from there. This is a Mr. Schmidt case. Hmm. Can you do 9 AM on April 7th? Or 1?
I could do 1, Your Honor.
1 o'clock. All right, let's do 1 o'clock on April 7th. And then, Mr. Halverson, I'll have an update. Hopefully I'll know when you're having back surgery. We'll know what happened at your AODA assessment. We'll know where you are in IDIP, and we'll have a better idea of where we're going, okay?
Okay.
All right. In the meantime, though, with regards to your commitment warrant, can you at least pay $25 a month?
Yeah.
So I'm
It's
willing
gonna
to
have
work
start-
with
It's gonna
you.
have to start after the 3rd, because I get paid the 3rd
Yep.
every month.
March 3rd, yep. First payment 25, starting in March, and we'll go from there, okay? And we'll figure all of this out at the end of the resolution of under this new case, okay? Okay, thank you.
Thank
We
you.
are adjourned.